Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. Luna undresses for Will after Poppy slaps Sheila. At Forrester, Carter and Brooke consider how losing the people they care about has been a tough period for them both. Carter promises not to give up on hope, while Daphne listens in. The 100 greatest actors in soap history, in a league of their own. When Daphne and Taylor arrive at the design studio, they discuss Brooke's lingerie waiting for Ridge. Daphne understands Hope's moral deficiency. She's hoping to persuade Carter to let go of her. Hopefully to you, Taylor thinks. Daphne envisions traveling to Paris with Carter. She informs Taylor that she will be the next woman in his life and chooses to go see how he is doing. Carter asks Brooke at the office if she believes he has a chance of winning Hope back. She talks about the things he did to her, like kissing Daphne. Carter acknowledges that Daphne kissed him, but there is something about her. He's looking for a way to let Hope know how much he still cares for her. Although Brooke admits that she doesn't trust Daphne in some way, she is unsure if she can speak well about him with Hope at this time given their current relationship. She begins to gripe about Steffy's rudeness and Ridge's lack of empathy at work. At Forrester, she feels totally secluded and alone. Hope hardly speaks to her at home. Love always finds a way, Carter tells her. At the door, Daphne hears him declare his love for Hope. "Oh, I'm sorry," she says as she enters. "Am I disturbing you?" Brooke excuses herself and makes remarks about her perfume. Carter is teased by Daphne that it was upsetting to see him with Brooke since she had hoped to see him again half-naked. Carter shuffles from foot to foot as she offers to help him out of his shirt, saying, "And you can help with mine." "I want to help you forget about Hope," she says. "Carter, you must focus on your future." The psychiatrist is shocked to see Brooke dressed and not wandering the hallways in lingerie in search of Ridge when she joins Taylor in the design office. Asking if she doesn't have her own office, Brooke pokes her in the rear. She assumes Taylor is attempting to monitor her. Is it good to be paranoid? Brooke is called by Taylor regarding the lingerie. "Brooke, Ridge has moved on, and I advise you to follow suit. The diversion is unnecessary for him." For the next fashion show, he and Eric have been working on the couture collection. "You really insist on having a male in your life, don't you?" "Ridge is the only man in my life," Brooke says. "You are aware that we always find our way back to one another." B&B at Taylor. Brooke. Luna uses her skills. Luna shows herself to Will in the wardrobe room after removing her disguise as a pizza delivery boy. He tells her he didn't order a pizza, especially one with pineapple, and asks her why she's there. Luna tells him that although she has been considering something, she will be leaving shortly. "Are you not interested in finding out what it is?" she inquires. She claims it's about his father, but Will objects. She and Bill have several things in common. Will is aware of the problematic aspect of childhood. Many folks don't go around killing others because they have those. Luna claims she has come to the realization that he is the person with whom she shares the most similarities. Will cautions that, unlike his father, he will not buy this. Unfazed, Juan croons that she can relate to having a parent like Bill who is self-centered and careless. She doesn't know anything about Will, so he assures her, "We're not as different as you might think." Luna can tell how he looks at people and reads them effectively. He merely looks at her in a way that is equally dangerous. Luna acknowledges that she heard him talking to his girlfriend. Will isn't surprised that she was listening in. Will says he will wait until Elektra is ready, but she offers to help him with his frustrations. Luna approaches him and assures him that she is available for anything, anywhere, at any time. Will tells her she must leave after she paws at the garments. In her underpants, Luna comes out from behind the racks and says, "So, what should I try on first?" Ivy and Elektra are at work at the Forrester home, but the younger Forrester is preoccupied. Ivy inquires as to Will's whereabouts. Elektra is unsure on how to respond to that. She clarifies that she doesn't want to offer her boyfriend what he wants. She reassures Ivy that they are in love and that Will is not putting any pressure on her. In her mind, she sees Will rescuing her from Remy. "He's my hero." She simply wants to wait till she's ready, not because she doesn't want to be with him. She hopes Will is able to wait as well. Ivy queries her reluctance. Electra hopes it has some significance. Do you believe I'm committing an error? Ivy comforts her. Although having sex can be amazing, it can also be unpleasant if you're not prepared. All Electra can do is hope Will gets it. Ivy is proud of her for being authentic, and she knows Will appreciates it. Will wants you as his girl. Sheila and Poppy face off. I got your message, Poppy says as she approaches Sheila at the bar at Il Giardino. I'm not sure why I'm here, but Sheila felt that they ought to discuss her daughter. My granddaughter, Luna. Poppy responds, so, you know. Sheila responds, what about the secret you have kept for all these years from me and, more significantly, from my son, Finn? Sheila tells Poppy that she kept her away from her family and denied her son a bond with her father. Sheila believes she knew, but she didn't want to acknowledge it. Poppy shrugs, I didn't know. Poppy claims to be correct. She was aware, but she didn't want to accept it. They had Luna, her daughter, and no one else was needed. The fact that she reared a double murder makes Sheila laugh. She slept with her sister's son, and Poppy snarks, obviously, she got that from your side of the family. Sheila responds, at least I didn't go fishing in my own pond. Sheila looks around and wonders, do you see any angels in here? You're in no position to judge. Because I don't. How dare a sicko like you criticize me? Poppy asks. She has your blood running through her veins, so it's no surprise that Luna ended up the way she did. She's finished with them all. Sheila is cautioned by Poppy to avoid Luna since she doesn't want to see her. Sheila approaches and inquires as to whether she is threatening her. Because I will break you like a twig, she grinds her teeth. So, now who's making threats? Poppy asks. She tells Sheila too that she doesn't know who she's dealing with and that she can play her little game. With a smack across the face, Poppy interrupts Sheila, who is aware of who she is dealing with, a heroin addict, a sex addict, and the mother of the yeah. Sheila shivers. She then chuckles and gives Poppy a threatening glance. Daphne offers to undress Carter, Luna throws herself at Will, and Sheila laughs uncontrollably when Poppy slaps her. While Daphne overheard Carter and vowed to have him for herself, a disguised Luna offered irritated Will something hot and spicy. Daphne smirks to herself at Forrester as she overhears Carter assuring Brooke that he isn't given up on hope. Carter asks Brooke whether he's crazy for wanting her daughter back after she leaves. Brooke reminds him of Daphne's situation. He must figure out how to express his love for Hope. He questions whether she could speak well about him. Given that her kid is still upset with her, Brooke believes it's too soon. Most likely, she ought to have simply walked out with her. She feels so alone and alienated working for the company now. They will persevere, Carter tells her. Love always manages to find a way. When Taylor and Daphne enter the design room together, they begin to gripe about Brooke, claiming that Hope must have inherited her immorality. Daphne remarks that traveling through Paris with Carter would be amazing. She is adamant about being the next lady in his life. Carter and Brooke are in the office when Daphne interrupts them. She should have been obvious to Brooke. Brooke leaves after a brief exchange of courteous animosity. Daphne tells Carter, grinning, that she hoped to see him half-naked once more. She advises her to go so he can remove his shirt, or she can do it and he can talk to her after. As they approach, she begs him to release Hope. Taylor questions why Brooke isn't walking the hallways in her underwear as she enters the design office. Taylor advises her to move on from Ridge after Brooke calls her paranoid. For me, Ridge is the one man. We always end up back together, says Brooke. In the supply room. Will is taken aback when a pizza is delivered. She assures him she has what he needs, something fiery and hot, and it's Luna in disguise. He is shocked that she managed to get past security. She flaunts her faux beard. Luna took care to avoid waking Charlie. She shares a lot with the father, she tells him. He is indifferent. Luna claims that after learning more about Bill, she came to the conclusion that Will and she had the most similarities. He doesn't believe this. She assures him that she understands what it's like to have a father that is uncaring and self-centered. She claims that he doesn't resemble his father at all and is able to accept everyone for who they are, including her. He advises her to leave with her pineapple pizza since she is hazardous. Luna acknowledges that she overheard him get irritated with Elektra once more and reiterates her promise to support him in any way she can to ease his aggravation. She asks what she should try on first as she begins to admire every item of clothing and takes it off. Ivy asks Elektra if something has occurred with Will after noticing how preoccupied she is at Eric's. Elektra explains that although she loves him, he has higher expectations than she can meet. Throughout the entire Remy drama, he kept her safe. Her hero is him. However, she committed to holding off on having sex until she was ready. She hopes it has some significance. Ivy understands that. She warns Elektra that if you're not ready, having sex might be unpleasant. Elektra is hoping Will gets it. She is the girl Will wants, Ivy tells her. Poppy is called by Sheila and shows up to Il Giardino. Regarding the secret Poppy withheld from her and Finn, she confronts her. Sheila accuses Finn of being selfish by denying him a relationship with his daughter. Poppy acknowledges that she was aware the entire time but chose not to tell anyone about Luna. She laughs that because Luna inherited her grandmother's illness, the gene pool must be small. Sheila remarks, "At least I didn't go swimming in my own pond." Sheila threatens to break Poppy like a twig when she says she doesn't want anything to do with her, Luna, or the others. She doesn't know who she's dealing with, Poppy cautions her. Poppy slaps Sheila after she accuses her of being a drug and sex addict. When Sheila begins to chuckle, she is perplexed. Luna's audacious attempt to win Will over using Grandma Sheila's strategies. Updates and teasers for the bold and the beautiful hint that Luna Nozawa is carrying out her plan to get Will Spencer to change his mind. Sheila Carter, Luna's grandmother, and the exonerated murderer came up with a plan for Luna to enter Forrester Creations covertly. The attack strategy. Sheila gave her a plan on how to draw on the Spencer son. Luna entered the building last week, and the forthcoming BNB teasers show that her plan worked because she will be seen wearing lingerie for Will the following week. Will Spencer seems anxious for intimacy, but his beloved, Electrona Forrester, isn't prepared for it. She acts apprehensive about Will and retreats at his smallest overtures. After being pardoned, Luna Nozawa is resolved to give Will what he wants after witnessing Elektra turn him down when he asked for some private time with his girlfriend. She is headed toward achieving it with a little help from Grandma. All set to aim and hit the mark? You have to admit that Luna stands out due to the disguise they came up with, yet she was still able to enter the building with a pizza in spite of the blatantly phony mustache. She then goes to the bedroom area, which has turned into a trap for the characters on the CBS serial opera and is widely featured in Brooke Logan's fashion collection. As Brooke Logan waits for Ridge Forrester to arrive, the lingerie is still warm from her recent clothing. Instead, he was replaced by Taylor Hayes. However, it appears like Luna might be luckier than Brooke, or is she? Luna wears Brooke's underwear. The trailer for next week shows Luna looking quite happy as she dons some bold underwear for Will. Will's reaction isn't shown in the soap opera, but it's certain to leave him stunned. The boldness of this controversial woman's move in front of other people at Forrester Creations may shock him. Or he might be so angry after being turned down by Elektra that he decides to go for it. In that case, Luna will really blow him away. A third party can, however, unpredictably cut short their moment in the dramatic world of bed and breakfast. Will Luna be stopped in her tracks, or what? Sheila Carter gave her recently discovered granddaughter Luna some advice last week on the show. Luna needed a plan to grab Will's attention because he kept ignoring her, which made her nervous. Her grandmother gave some advice on how to handle the matter and alluded to a particular area of Will's body that needed attention. As Luna tries to entice Will into the fun she promised by moving around playfully in her underwear, it appears that someone could interrupt her. This teaser suggests that Luna followed her advice. She probably ends her private lingerie display abruptly when someone from Forrester Creations walks in. Who stops Luna from trying to seduce him? But who could it be? The most likely person to sabotage Luna's plans is Katie Logan, who would undoubtedly step in, particularly if Luna has her son's undivided attention. Spencer's mother would be incensed at such a circumstance and would not hold back. Elektra, who works there, might potentially arrive and be just as disturbed by the spectacle. But what if Bill Spencer shows up instead? Will has been avoiding him ever since he found out he released Luna. That would undoubtedly make for a memorable moment. On the CBS soap opera, Forrester Creations is crowded with staff and visitors, so anyone may enter while Luna tries to attend to Will's needs. Luna uses Grandma's seductive strategies to take Will's breath away. Luna Nozawa executes her scheme to get Will Spencer to reconsider toying with the bad girl on the CBS soap opera Bold and the Beautiful the following week. Sheila Carter, Luna's grandmother, and the pardoned murderer devised a scheme for Luna to impersonate herself and get inside Forrester Creations. Sheila then provided her with a strategy to entice the Spencer son. Luna entered the building last week, and based on the B&B previews, it appears to be successful because she will be bouncing around in lingerie for Will the next week. Beautiful and brave, will Spencer be all set, but Will Spencer is acting too eager for intimacy in Bold and the Beautiful, but the girl he claims to love isn't prepared. Elektra Forrester is wary of Will and retreats from him at the first sign of approaching. When Will felt yearning for some private time with his lover, Luna Nozawa occurred to see Elektra shut him down. Giving Will Spencer what he so desperately craves is the recently pardoned Luna's mission. She is therefore on her way with a little assistance from Grandma. The way they disguised Luna Nozawa on Bold and Beautiful made her stand out like a sore thumb. However, she entered the premises with a pizza in hand, despite the extremely fake-looking mustache. Hope is incensed when Steffy thwarts Liam's reunion plans in Bold and the Beautiful. #Beautiful and Bold. B&B. The bedroom line is hit by Luna Nozawa. Brooke Logan's bedroom clothing collection is currently being used extensively by Bold and the Beautiful. For the characters on the soap opera, it has become an ambush room. Brooke Logan was waiting for Ridge Forrester to enter the room while wearing the lingerie, which is still warm. However, when Taylor Hayes replaced him, it didn't work out. However, it appears like Luna has had a bit more luck than Brooke. Or does she? Luna appears rather enthusiastic about wearing some Risqué lingerie for Will next week, according to the promo for Bold and the Beautiful. And while if the soap opera didn't depict Will's response to this, it will undoubtedly leave him speechless in one way or another. Either he is appalled at the impudence of this corrupt woman to perform this sexy act for him at FC in front of everyone else. Or he goes for it because he is so angry about being rejected by Elektra. He is truly taken aback by Luna if that is the case. However, since this is B&B, where drama reigns, it's possible that a third party who walks in suddenly stops Luna. The brave and the lovely, did Luna die in her tracks? Last week, Sheila Carter gave Luna, her new grandchild, some advice on Bold and the Beautiful. Luna Nozawa was concerned because she needed to figure out how to get Will to stop ignoring her. Her grandma, however, gave her instructions. She recommended the area of Will Spencer's body to target. According to the B&B preview, Luna did exactly that. Therefore, someone probably interrupts Luna as she tries to lure Will into the bad girl pleasure she promised him while bouncing around in lingerie. Therefore, it's likely that someone from FC walks in and stops her from flashing her intimate underwear. However, who could that be? Bold and the Beautiful. Here's how Brooke takes Ridge from Taylor. #Beautiful and Bold. The most likely person to foil Luna's scheme would be Katie Logan. She would stop it, particularly if Luna had her son's whole focus. The mother of Will Spencer would not hold back. A scenario like this would make Katie furious. Given that she works there, Elektra would also be a prime choice to break in. But she would also be incensed at such a situation. However, what if Bill Spencer shows up? Will has been avoiding him ever since he learned that he had released Luna. Then that would be a memorable scene. People, staff, and visitors abound at Forrester Creations. As Luna Nozawa strives to meet Will Spencer's wants on the CBS soap opera, any one of them could enter. Luna's willful manipulation of Sheila and Poppy, pitting them against one another for her own benefit, is one of the most brutally designed dynamics in the complex web of interpersonal tensions that comprise, insert tale title. This might be an original work, a book, movie, or TV show. This psychological battle is not just a small-scale argument, rather, it is a master class in control, revealing Luna's strategic genius, the brittleness of Sheila and Poppy's bond, and the larger themes of deceit, envy, and power that form the basis of the story. We must look at Luna's intentions, the strategies she uses to sow strife, and the terrible outcomes that affect everyone's life in order to properly analyze her schemes. Luna's choice to control Sheila and Poppy is the result of a complicated interplay between insecurity, ambition, and envy. Even though she portrays herself as impartial or even kind, her behavior betrays a deep-seated animosity toward their relationship, whether it is because she envies Poppy's social standing, worries that Sheila will eclipse her, or just enjoys the chaos of ending a friendship that she sees as dangerous. Her strategies are sneaky because they are covert. Rather than announcing war outright, she sows doubt, takes advantage of fears, and creates situations that make Sheila and Poppy doubt one another's allegiance. Luna might, for example, confide in Sheila about Poppy's alleged critiques of her while also giving Poppy inflated reports of Sheila's contemptuous actions. Luna makes sure that any direct conversation between the two is polluted by her skillfully constructed distortions by presenting herself as a reliable middleman. Her keen awareness of Sheila and Poppy's unique vulnerabilities is the foundation of Luna's psychological warfare. While Poppy, who takes pleasure in her independence, is made to feel Sheila resents her success, Sheila, who may be more emotionally reliant, is influenced by Luna's inference that Poppy views her as a burden. Luna is brilliant because she can take advantage of their weak spots, Sheila's dread of being abandoned, Poppy's pride, and distort their perceptions so that they see one another with distrust instead of camaraderie. Luna's use of plausible deniability frequently exacerbates this manipulation. Rather than making direct accusations, she always hides her poison in phony concern. I hate to tell it, but have you noticed how Poppy always interrupts you? Or do you think Sheila is jealous of you because she appears so aloof lately? By doing this, she makes it difficult for Sheila and Poppy to identify Luna as the cause of their conflict, even if they do compare notes in the future. The story's examination of trust and treachery is thematically emphasized by Luna's actions. Her manipulation acts as a sinister window into the frailty of human relationships in a narrative where allegiances are shaky and fidelity is continually put to the test. Once a source of comfort for one another, Sheila and Poppy's friendship turns into a battlefield where Luna's lies flourish. Larger societal criticisms, perhaps on the performative character of female friendships, the competitive dynamics of, insert setting, business, university, social circles, or the ease with which empathy can be weaponized by third parties, are reflected in this breakdown of trust. Furthermore, Luna's capacity to take advantage of Sheila and Poppy's vulnerabilities illustrates the perniciousness of emotional manipulation, where the most destructive assaults are those that do not result in obvious wounds. Luna's cunning has disastrous results for both individuals and society as a whole. Once inseparable, Sheila and Poppy are now caught in a vicious loop of miscommunications and furious altercations, each of them certain that the other is the bad guy. Luna gains from their mutual estrangement, filling the hole as Sheila's confidant, Poppy's counselor, or both, strengthening her position of power without them realizing it. In the meantime, the collateral damage grows. Sheila and Poppy become estranged and resentful due to the emotional toll, projects they formerly worked on together fail, and common friends are compelled to choose sides. This rift could be a pivotal moment in certain stories, causing Sheila or Poppy to go into a downward spiral, or it could even culminate in a violent encounter where the truth is revealed. The self-awareness issue adds further depth to Luna's personality. Is she aware of the brutality of what she is doing, or has she persuaded herself that she is trying to help people see the truth? According to some readings, she is a narcissist who enjoys her puppetry, while others contend that she is a product of a poisonous environment where these Machiavellian strategies are survival mechanisms. Her past gives further depth to her motivations, whether she is a previous misfit seeking power or a reformed con artist taking preventative action. In any case, the spectator is forced to consider difficult questions as a result of her manipulation of Sheila and Poppy. Are individuals like Luna influenced by their environment, or are they naturally manipulative? And why do their tactics work so well? What does that tell about society? Fulfills several purposes. It intensifies subplots, builds tension, and reveals the darker undertones of relationships that appear to be amicable. While the end fallout provides catharsis, the gradual development of Luna's plan, punctuated by scenes in which Sheila or Poppy almost learn the truth, creates tension. In terms of style, the author may use fragmented perspectives that show how easily the same events can be misinterpreted, or dramatic irony to underline Luna's manipulation. The viewer is aware of her objectives, but Sheila and Poppy are unaware. In the end, Luna's plot to turn Sheila against Poppy serves as a terrifying reminder of how readily trust may be used as a weapon. This plot line strikes a chord because it magnifies real-life situations, such as gaslighting, triangulation, and the spread of falsehoods on social media, into intense drama. Regardless of whether Luna suffers repercussions or escapes unharmed, her deeds permanently alter the plot and turn Sheila and Poppy's love into a warning. Luna's greatest strength is not only her ability to lie, but also her ability to persuade others to accept the lies they tell themselves in a world where perception is pliable and truth is subjective.